All right, everyone. Welcome to episode 8 of Gathol. We have one new player. Just going to go over a brief overview of what's going on, and then I'll have them introduce themselves. Hansel, for reasons, will not be recorded on video. We will see him, and but you won't be able to. So we can keep up with the role play. My strong preference is to have video, but sometimes it doesn't happen, and this is about playing. It's not about it's about getting together and playing, not necessarily anything other than that. So we're okay to do this because I say so. All right, Hansel, why don't you go over who you are, what is important to you, or that you want to say to everyone. If you want, you can skip over, and then give a little synopsis of your character, not necessarily what they look like. We'll go over that in game.
Yeah, sure. So, Hansel Longstrife, I'll skip over my personal background because, in hindsight, I mean, it doesn't really mean anything.
Yep.
Hansel Longstrife, traveling bard, collector of stories and all things that are interesting and anything that he can do to make himself look better in the process. So he's all about building himself up, inputs himself into other people's great adventures, great accomplishments, and replacing their name with his and his own storytelling ways. And in the process, he's just out on the road, trying to find his place.
Very cool.
That's where we're gonna go.
All right. So we will open up on another meeting with Keen, the head dwarf, and Starfire and Gravy. You're both there, and he explains that the last time the mission was a pretty good success. They explored the plains a little bit more, found orcs and goblins, and also we have a bunch of new stuff, but I'll go over that. I want to introduce you to a new adventurer. They're actually our head librarian, sort of looking to add some more tales to the library, and he waves Hansel in.
Oh, hello, Hansel. Thanks for joining us.
So now give us a physical description.
Human. He's a handsome fella. He's got kind of short but long on top, wavy blonde hair, chiseled jawline. Kind of lean, not too lean. He's got a harp on it, or not a harp, but a whatever that instrument that I'm trying to think of is on a lute on his back. And whenever he walks in the doors, he's kind of like finger gunning people, like from Spider-Man 3, as he walks into the room, and then he approaches the group like, hey, I'm Hansel. Hey, I'm sure you've heard of me. I know, I'm kind of a big deal. Don't worry, signatures later, okay?
All right.
What's your name again?
Oh, my name. I know you don't want it. I get it. Okay, it's Hansel. Hansel Longstrife.
Cool.
We're gonna get along just fine.
I'll tell you what. You know what? Just because I can see you're really digging for it right now, and I like pull out a piece of parchment and like scribble my name on it and hand it to him across the table.
You hand it to me?
Yeah.
As a stranger approaches me, I like take a step back for a second, and then I just say, "You don't know what I've been through." And then I actually march out of the room and take like a 2-minute emotional break.
All right.
Yeah. You have to forgive him. He's
I yell after him like, "Tell me what you've been through," and I like run after him.
All right. Well,
with like parchment in hand.
To move things along, you can try to talk to me. I'm inconsolable again, and then we come back in, and then I'm like on your better side now.
the 2 minutes is like an even shorter montage of like them trying to console you, of Hansel trying to console you and it not working.
And then it like zooms in, just my nervous eyes, and then back out, and then we're at the meeting.
Yep.
And he's like hanging out next to me, and things seem cooler.
All right. So Keen says we have a bunch of really interesting things to work on today. One of the most interesting things, we actually found a tunnel just like while we were sort of scouting out the area to build the wall that we had decided to build and expand outwards. We found a tunnel. We haven't really explored it much. The scout said that you would understand why we didn't explore it when you got there. And he sort of holds up this piece of paper and he's like, I guess that's what they have and that will happen. So if you want if you want to do that, it's close enough so that we could actually dig into it from here. So if you clear it out of whatever is in there, we could just add, it could just be an addition to Gathol, which might be kind of a good thing. We still have the in the ocean area, the archipelago. I'll break out the new map while we're doing this. So over here, so the tunnel is like right here. So these are the new walls. Oh,
You gotta
I
grab the
didn't move
red
you.
tab.
Yep.
Grab
I
the
didn't
red
move you.
tab
My
and
bad.
bring it
My
over.
bad. All right. So the tunnel is like right here ish, and this is where the new town is starting up. And here are the walls. So if you want to go out to the ocean area, the archipelago, what I would recommend is looking for a boat that might take us to some of the closer islands.
There's a boat?
I would recommend looking for one. I don't know if there is one or not, but we've seen some like shipwrecks, so maybe not all of them are just completely destroyed.
What is the what is the point of interest with the archipelago here? Because the last time we were there, somebody died.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just sort of laying out all the options. If you feel
But
like
you don't have a specific thing you're looking for or you saw out there.
no, these are just options. If you feel like it's dangerous, I'm not forcing you to go there.
I went there to look at pretty birds, and they killed a man.
Yeah, he's like really trying hard not to take blame for that, for like saying go there, do this, but like he feels really bad. He's like, yeah, I mean, if you feel like it's too dangerous, don't go.
I'm not scared. I'm not scared.
I know, Gravy. I know. Then in the forest, we have, of course, making it to the mage tower here, and like finding out where the kobolds went. Like there was a little while ago, there were kobolds that were speaking in common. So tracking those ones might be more fruitful because we could actually communicate with them, as well as going to the library, which is where the paper dragon was. Going out to the plains and either finding where the cultists were going, and then he sort of looks at Gravy and then it sort of like tries to like calmly say, or where they came from, might be a good thing. Also, we found some goblins and orcs in the plains and knolls. Finding out what dynamic is going on there might be worth it. Might be a little bit dangerous though. So all these things would be great.
Housekeeping, some plot points that I might have missed from the last session. In the session previous, Gravy and Starfire were involved in rescuing those prisoners, and they were sort of catatonic when we brought them back to Gathol. Mm-hmm. What is their status?
Their status now that it's been a few days and Coil has been working with them a little bit more, they are able to speak. There's basically a couple of them that will speak with you if you would like.
And then this personally from that library, I don't think anyone else was in that session. I got a like cursed book that I wanted to study from this.
Yep. So now
what?
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. Sorry.
Sorry.
I was just going to ask, like, what was the fruits of that, and does that pertain to the story here at all?
Yeah. So now that you have identify and have leveled up, what that is basically, it is a book that when opened and read, it could mesmerize people and dominate them into doing your bidding. So now you know like how it would be made, and if you'd like to start working on actually remaking it, but in doing so, you do know that this is sort of like you're re-enabling this cursed book to be allowed, and while it could be used to your benefit, it's still cursing someone. So
Cursing someone, sure.
You can weigh, your character can weigh that sort of morality scale as they would like, but you now have the tools.
I understand. Okay, thank you.
Is this map laid out in front of us, just like it is?
Sure. Yeah.
You know what I think? I think we're going about this all wrong. Sure, we've seen the coast. Sure, we've seen the tower. We've talked about this paper dragon. What I'm more interested in is this unexplored area down here in the south to really kind of test your mettle as true adventurers. And what I think we should do is travel to the southern part and see what new adventure awaits us in those regions.
Keen says,
Starfire, I disagree with him. What do you think? I feel like
I disagree as well. I feel like a big part of what we're trying to do here is build a community, not build a name.
Keen tries to defend Hansel a little bit and says, like, well, that is the direction that the cultists were heading, so, you know...
I mean, if this appetizes your thirst for adventure, Hansel, and also helps Gravy, you figure out what's happening to your people, I'm on board for that.
I just feel this community is built around its reputation, and our reputation, I think, for this community that you've done such a great job building up so far. I'm brand new here, so but from what I understand and what I see, you've accomplished a lot, and why not accomplish even greater deeds?
I mean, that old place, that's in my past now.
We're not worried about the past. We're only worried about the future, the here and now, and then what's.
Gravy, this is a personal question for you.
Yeah.
If you don't want to explore this, then we shouldn't be doing that.
Well, I mean, I don't want to be the only one that's like the naysayer, you know. I mean,
I'd say, given my preference, would be to explore the cave, which we will obviously know why they didn't explore. That to me seems of most interest. It is close to home. It is within our walls, and it offers opportunity for expanding our dwelling. That to me seems the most on our docket.
And we could do that first, and then do the new guys thing.
Oh, an unexplored cave. Well, why didn't you just say so? That is full of intrigue and adventure. Why don't we just do the unexplored cave? You know what? I'm happy that you guys are going along with my new ideas, being the newest member to the group.
Absolutely, Hansel. You've reinvigorated our thirst for adventure.
That's great.
You know, sometimes it just takes a little bit of charisma. You know what I mean? Elbows.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, awesome. So we're gonna just do like a little bit of upkeep here before we sort of set out. I know you guys aren't actually traveling that far, but I want to give you a couple options. So the way potions and healing stuff works in this game is kind of like a video game. You can have up to 2 potions per your party and 1 healer's kit. The potions are 50 gold each, and they heal 2d4 plus 2. So let me know now if you would like any of those.
I already have a healing kit.
Okay.
Don't know how
Gravy,
what others might have.
did you already have a potion, Gravy, or anything? Or
Hang on, I'm trying to open my thing here. It's just lagging behind.
So these healing potions are just up for grabs? Is that what-
I do not have one because in combat I tend to be enraged and I'm not really in a helping people out kind of mood.
you still have to buy them for 50 gold each, but that like basically so that you can't just buy like 100 or whatever. Basically, we limit to 2 per party. Until like you upgrade it. There's like an in-game system called Crystallized Magic where you can upgrade it, but that's where we are right now.
I could buy another one though. That would wipe out my cash. Potion, that is.
I
No,
gotta figure
don't
out
do
what my
that.
starting gold is.
We're good. You
Oh.
got your healing kit. We'll be fine. We're all fine.
Hansel, your gold is. Let me find it for you. You need to roll 5d4.
50.
So you have 160 gold.
I will gladly purchase 2 healing potions as a show of good faith to our brand new adventuring party.
Nice.
And in turn, you can buy me an ale before our journey.
Jason.
Mhm.
Right now he has 2. I believe the bird lady there had 1 too.
Yeah, that's okay. Just as long as you like the party doesn't have more than that, then that's fine.
All right.
Okay, cool. So do you want to carry both of them, Hansel, or do you want to hand them out to other people?
Well, I don't really know my new compatriots. I don't know who would be best suited to have one, but it sounds like, if I'm not mistaken, Starfire, you already have yourself one of these healing potions.
No, I have a healing kit which is used for resuscitating fallen folks.
Okay.
Okay. So when I die, you can use this, or I'll use it on you.
So what I will do is I will hand out 1 to Gravy and 1 to Starfire.
Okay. So mark.
I'll hold it, but you'll probably just end up using it on me.
All right, mark it on your character sheets. All right, so the last thing is if you all would like to recruit an NPC as like a 4th member, if that's something that you're interested in, there are a couple NPCs that you could try to recruit. There is a druid, a cleric that are from the temple, but you'd be taking the druid and the cleric from the temple. So if they die, it could be like a blow to, that sort of faith. There's also Shanley, who is just like a dwarf fighter who has a little bit of experience out there. And then there is Koiden, which is a rogue that they had met in the very first session and had gone out on a couple adventures with them. She is the daughter of the Smith foreman, and she's you'd have to basically try to sneak her out or convince her. It seems like she's been on house arrest or sort of grounded ever since.
I don't mind talking to Shanley.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Jadmak, the cleric, would be the most helpful here. We don't have.
Hansel, you got a deciding vote?
You know what? I've heard of this Shanley, and I've heard good things.
Okay. So we cut from that line to Gravy in his house with Shanley. And what do you say to her?
I gotta head out with the boys. It sounds like we're all set. I basically like make it seem like not a big deal, and I'm really protective of her, and I lie and don't actually want her to come with us, and then I come back to the party and tell them that she can't make it on this trip.
Okay, so do you want to take someone else, or you just want to go as 3?
Well, Starfire might bring up that, well, if Shanley's not available, maybe we can bring the cleric after all. Yeah.
Is that good for you?
Yeah, I think the cleric makes the most sense here.
Heck yeah.
Cool.
3 heals. What level's the cleric?
Just level 1. Like they're just a new cleric. Like the only reason that you have access to a cleric at all is due to the fact that like you had spent that crystallized magic to unlock it. So this is a very standard dwarf. Like this is like whatever your imagination imagines a dwarf to be, like hammer, shield, beard, hair,
Fake Scottish accent.
Yeah, he's like a very like, and he's like a cleric to Moradin. Like he's just like the dwarf, right? And he's like, all right, I'll leave the druid in charge of my my temple for now, but I don't like it. And he'll go out adventuring with you all.
Can he actually sound like a Scottish Rodney Dangerfield?
Yeah, let's rewind this.
I cannot do either of those accents.
You just I'm very tempted to try it.
Yeah. All right. So what we'll do is we'll have Gary voice. So you're gonna be playing 2 characters. You're gonna be playing this character and all right. Cool. So, you guys head out to the tunnel. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hansel, I assume, is leading the way because he wants to take credit and it's like his idea and shit.
Right.
So
no. The last thing I want to do is I do not want to mess with your legacy. So I will take all notes from the back, and I will make sure to paint you in the best light that I possibly can. You will be a hero by the end of this journey.
Good. I'll be in the front then.
Alrighty then. All right.
And on that note, I will be right back. Give me like 30 seconds.
Okay.
Really expecting a Sephiroth type snake on a stick outside of this cave.
Oh, it's very dark. Oh, it's loading in. Huh.
Yeah. So I've upgraded to Fog of War, and so I'm experimenting with lighting, like all that stuff.
That's cool.
So as you explore, it will become more able to see.
Oh. Yeah, I guess we're missing Hansel. I was going to ask what your races are and if you need light.
All right. I think we're just going to take a break here, and we'll be right back.